Okay, so now I want to talk to you about your math class. So, math, to me, was a subject that I really struggled with. So, I have some resources to help you with, and I want to talk to you about. One thing you will notice, just like the other classes, we have this outline and we have our custom points. So, you should be talking to your teacher and figuring out what you need to do to get your purpose points at the beginning of each unit, not when you get to the end, okay? So I'm also going to click this open. You'll see we have a study, a checkup, and then a quiz. So the checkups are really important because those are where you do practice problems. And I'm going to show you that in a second. Okay. We also, I need to go to the third one, have practices and journals in this class. So a practice, I'm going to show you, and I'll show you a journal. And then, of course, we have the ever favorite CSTs where you take the test. Okay, so let me go ahead into a study. And one of the things I want to stress about when you're doing a math class is number one, just like every single class, you should be looking at the vocabulary. But also, when you're doing math, you should be making sure that you're answering the problems and that you're actually doing the math that they're showing you how to do, right? If you notice, I went up there and I took and changed it from page 1 to page 9. This is a very easy way to flip the page. And I wanted to show you this because assuming that you have read through, this is a very easy way to check yourself and do a quiz during this, okay? So looking at this problem, I know that the answer is D. I'm going to hit submit, and I got that one right. You may think I'm a math genius, but I've already done this video like 3 times. So I remember this quiz well. Another thing that I did want to show you is when they have things like this where they talk about interactives like this and they talk about variables, you may want to make sure you check with the transcript on here, and you may want to copy some of these things, right? So, for example, I know that they talked about these terms, right? So these terms tell you all of these are terms related to addition. So if I have these terms, I know that when I write the problem, I'm going to have addition in there. And they have pages and pages here of terms. Here's the words for subtraction. So I would totally make a list out of these terms, okay? So I wanted to show you those, and then let's go to a checkup and see what a checkup is real fast. So a checkup is basically just problems that you can work out on paper. You can, again, do the same thing you do with a practice in English, where you download it and put it on your Google Drive, and you can type right in. You can also print it out, do it on paper, and turn this into your teacher. So you should be doing the checkups as you go. They will give you purpose points for the checkups, okay? Next thing I want to talk about are the practices. And you should be doing the practices as you go too. Much like the English class, the practices are these orange things, right? Now, the practices to me are the only part of math that would be remotely fun, because usually the practices prevent you with a real life situation. So you're taking a road trip, okay? And they're asking you to use math related to how you do a road trip, okay? So you should be doing the projects as you go. You can, again, download this to your Google Drive. You click on Doc, and when it comes up, you're going to click on this little icon for Drive and press Save. And that can save it to your Google Drive, and it's going to name it the practice that goes with it. And then once you have that doc, it's very easy to share it with your teacher, right? We can just share it. So I have saved that Google Doc, and I can come here and click on this, and it's going to go ahead and open this doc up in a different tab so that I can actually see the document that is saved to my Google Drive. Open it with Google Docs, and I'm going to do this the same way I would with any other Google Doc. So by now in this class, you probably have figured out how to share. You can type the answers to this question, and then when you're done, you press share and share it with your teacher. Or, of course, it is always, always possible for us to print it out for you if you would prefer it printed out. But to share, again, you just click share, type in the name, and share it with your teacher. And this is how you do your practices. This is also how you would do your journals, right? So you would type this into one of your math teachers, right? So we could go ahead and send this to him. Okay, I think you guys are going to do great. And and I should say, this is the last one I've done. So now I'm getting a little bit lazy on you guys, but math also has the ever favorite CSTs at the end of the unit where you're doing longer questions. We have 25 for this CST based on what you've learned in that unit. So that is how you complete your math course. Hope this helps.